You're listening to the Simplifiers podcast, where we take topics in business and in life and simplify them. Award-winning event producer and educator Mary Baird-Wilcock, CSEP, will help you break it all down, figure it out, and spark you to do the thing. It's time to simplify. Here's your host, mentor, and undercover superhero, Mary Baird-Wilcock.
Hello and welcome back to the Simplifiers podcast. Congratulations, you've caught on to what thousands around the world are realizing. When you simplify your work and life, you thrive. And on Fridays, we release a short bonus episode highlighting a super thought of the day. These mini episodes will help you spark new ideas, new ways of thinking, or simply challenge some old beliefs that you might have. And today, I want to talk about how to stop worrying. Well, okay, as much. Let's be real. Worry is going to happen from time to time. But how do you stop falling down the rabbit hole of worry, which is totally sabotaging your day and probably leaving you feeling utterly, totally exhausted? Well, I've got some ideas. Sparked by my conversation with Rachel Alexandria earlier this week on the podcast, I think there are 3 ways to stop the worry bus and start to carve out a different life for yourself. And they are this: acknowledge it, break it down, and challenge it. So let's simplify that. Step 1, acknowledge it. Okay, so first things first, I believe worrying is not the same thing as anxiety. Well, at least not for me. When I'm worried, I'm future-focused. I'm stressing out and being a card-carrying member of the Overthinkers Anonymous Club. Heck, I am the chapter president at times. I am running in my mind the 80 billion ways things could turn out in my life and coming up with the escape hatches and the rescue strategies to save the day. Total superhero style. The point is, when I worry, I'm projecting my fears onto the future, aka that thing that hasn't happened yet. And on the other hand, anxiety shows up for me as feeling overwhelmed about the present moment, aka the thing that I need to do right now. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So once you're able to distinguish between your worries and your anxieties, you can begin to acknowledge it for what it exactly is. A worry is simply a thought floating across your mind like a balloon. I mean, that's all. There's nothing more than that. So here's my tip. Take a deep breath right now and visualize your worries as balloons and your mind as the sky. Some balloons are bigger than others, some are about to pop, while others are fading away into the clouds. Just take a deep, belly-clearing breath and simply say this. Look at those balloons floating by. Look at those worries. Now say this with loving neutrality and realize that they are not your identity and you are not those balloons or worries. In the words of the great, iconic, and classic movie with David Bowie, that is Labyrinth, you have no power over me. Step 2, break it down. Some of those larger worries that are floating by right now might totally have you paralyzed. Trust me, I know the feeling. It's the unknown. It's the what ifs in life that cause great stress in our minds. So what do? In my past life as a wedding planner, I was recognized by my clients and actually given international awards for my ability to problem solve and reduce risk when producing live events. I could intuitively see things go wrong before they happen and in a split second divert the crisis, like a superhero. It was one of my strengths and what the Simplifiers were known for in the events industry. And when I'm in a healthy place, as in I'm getting plenty of rest, staying hydrated, and taking time to nourish myself as a person away from my work, this truly was and is a superpower. But when I'm worn out, exhausted, and frazzled, this superpower turns into my super downfall. I mean, it rears its ugly head as worry, and that can be crippling. So the next step is all about breaking down the worry and diffusing the power it has over your mind. So here's a tip. Ask yourself, why am I worried about this? Is it the fear of failure or looking stupid in front of others? Or maybe you're worried about a big change in your life and will you make it through to the other side? I want you to set a 7-minute timer and start to journal this all out. What is your intuition trying to tell you in this moment? Worry sometimes is a coping mechanism that you've created for yourself, attempting to keep yourself safe. Don't speak on stage. What if you trip and fall down? Don't go after that big job. What if they say no? Don't ask for what you truly need. What if you can't come back? When you write it down, you're taking that balloon out of the sky and putting it down on paper, clearing your brain and diffusing its power because it's now logged on paper instead of swirling around and around in your brain. Better out than in. This is part of the process, which leads us to step 3, challenge it. Okay, so now you've journaled it out and everything that's worrying you right now, in this moment, it's time to challenge those thoughts. Point blank, how you challenge them is like taking a sharp needle to the balloon and seeing what bursts, and also seeing what's substantiated in truth. Spoiler alert, I find that most of my worries are totally poppable. So here's my tip. Choose one of your worries, set another 7-minute timer, and then answer the following questions, which, by the way, you could always find in our show notes at thesimplifierspodcast.com. Here are the questions. What evidence do you have that proves this thought is true? And what disproves it? What's the probability that this situation will play out exactly as I think it will? Is it more probable that something else will happen? Does this worry move me closer or further away from my greatest goals and desires? And last but not least, what would I say to a friend who had this very same worry? It's in these little moments where we shut off the monkey brain and start listening with our hearts and our intuition. We are not discrediting the worry. We're just simply acknowledging that part of our brain attempting to protect us, break it down on paper, and then start to move past it by challenging it at its core. It's as simple as that. And just one final whisper, just from me to you, dear friend, come in closer. Sometimes your worries are bigger than balloons. They seem like the entire atmosphere, don't they? Mary, there is no popping them. It's the air I breathe, and I am totally suffocating. Girl, I feel you, and I want you to know you are not alone. Find a counselor, phone a friend, send out a lifeline to someone who knows you, and ask for help. When our thoughts and worries become so overwhelming that we can't see a viable way out, it's in those moments where we need to remember to slow down, focus on nourishing ourselves, and reach out to others. No matter if you feel embarrassed or like you just don't have time, you are important and you will get through this too. Let's look at it. You've had 100% success rate of surviving everything that's happened to you and for you in your entire lifeline so far. And even if this worry seems especially hard and all-encompassing, you will make it through this as well. Hear my words. You're doing fine. You are not broken. You don't need fixing. You just might need a little bit of breathing room and clarity. So give yourself this gift by reaching out for help. Your superpowers will lead you through this, and journaling will help, but you're never meant to do this life alone. Don't worry, be happy, bollocks. Don't isolate, and be gentle on yourself. You can do this. I believe in you. It's time to simplify. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to get more of this awesome goodness coming to you automatically on Tuesdays and Fridays. And hey, my month-long social media sabbatical is about to finish, and I have to say, I don't want it to end. I can't wait to share everything that I learned this month about stepping away from social media in a future series of episodes. But in the meantime, a great way to connect with me and the Simplifiers team is to leave me a voicemail at thesimplifiers.com. Tell us how you're simplifying your life, which past episodes are your favorite, and who knows, we might feature your voice on a future episode. Big thanks to our listeners in Boardman, Oregon, Austin, Texas, and even all the way over in Aberdeen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, big thanks to our undercover superheroes at the Simplifiers podcast that help us create these episodes for you. Susan Marie, our podcast editor, Jeffrey Lynn, our video editor, Janine Yardley, our show notes editor, Leiden Yardley, our director of brilliance, and Manminder Athwal, she's our blogger. Our advisory board includes Aubrey Nowitzki, Chris Justice, and George Mills. And I'm your host, Mary Baird-Wilcock. Thank you so much for listening and telling your peeps about us. And as always, friends, keep things simple.
Thanks for listening to the Simplifiers podcast. Find the show notes for this episode and all others at thesimplifierspodcast.com. Know someone in your life who needs to simplify? Be a hero and share our podcast with them. And we will see you here next time. As always, keep it simple.